No.
Do you want to be lazy?
No.
Do you want to be a loser?
No.
Do you want to be productive?
Yes.
Then get up. No, I'm going to snooze.
And that's when she decided to get the fuck up.
Okay, I'm up. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you are one of those people who's scrolling on your phone the second you wake up, rolling out of bed after snoozing your alarm 50 times, and the first thing that you're putting in your body is a frappuccino, lappuccino, sugary, duggery, super sweet chocolate Frio, and then wondering why you feel so anxious and stressed out throughout the day, I am calling you out. There is no judgment here because I used to be exactly the same, and honestly, some days I still am. We need to reset your morning routine. I'm here to let you know, as someone that never used to have a morning routine, would wake up at the most random times, waking up 5 minutes before class started looking like a hot mess, and then not even listening because I'm still waking up, drinking coffee after coffee just to survive the day. I cannot stress enough how you start your day is so important. And if you're watching this, then here's your sign to start having a new productive morning routine too. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 11 healthy, productive morning routine habits that will change your life. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Cassandra, and if you haven't subscribed yet,
what are you doing?
Like seriously,
What are you doing?
you guys know that I love to make morning routines, self-help, and self-care videos. So if that's your vibe too, then consider subscribing. First things first, we need to discuss why morning routines are so important. First of all, your morning routine is considered kind of like a time where you put your armor on for the day. I heard this a while ago and it just stuck with me. That 30 minutes or 3 hours that you take to prepare for the day is the time where you're not only putting on your physical armor, but your mental armor too. I don't want to be negative, but there is so much judgment and so much tough things that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So the best thing you can do for yourself is get physically and mentally protected so that you can take on all of that negativity and not let it affect you. When you have a morning routine and someone comes to you and they're really rude or really annoying or just not a nice person, you're gonna be able to deal with that in such a classy way because it's just not gonna affect you. You're gonna be so much less anxious and irritable that people are gonna notice that there's an aura about you that's just calm and relaxed. All because you've done the right preparations in the morning. Also, starting your day all about you is so important because you spend the entire day worrying about everything and everyone else other than yourself. So I think that you deserve the morning to yourself. You're filling up everyone else's cup. Bosses, parents, co-workers, husbands, kids, friends, the list goes on and on. And for the most of us, we somehow land up on the bottom of the list after everyone else. So when you don't have a morning routine, you're in this constant fight or flight mode where you're on edge the whole time as opposed to being grounded and sure of yourself. As a disclaimer, your morning routine needs to fit your lifestyle. Some of us may have 10 minutes to get ready in the morning and some of us may have 5 hours to get ready in the morning. So you need to work out a few healthy habits that you can maintain consistently for your own productive morning routine. As long as you're curating habits that you are taking care of yourself and filling up your own cup, that is all that matters. Out of all the habits that I'm about to share with you, you can just pick a few of them and just try and be consistent with them, and I guarantee you it is gonna make such a difference to your whole life. Have a consistent wake up time and an alarm routine that works for you. You do not need to wake up at the crack of dawn if you do not want to. There are some crazy people out there that wake up at 4 a.m. and good for you. But we both know I am not going to be doing that. What's more important than waking up early is waking up at a consistent time every day and giving yourself enough time to get ready to put your armor on. So set an alarm that's at the same time every day, is consistent, and works for your schedule. Also, this sound,
She needs to go.
something about that sound makes me literally want to throw up and have a panic attack at the same time. If you want to torture me, play that sound. The best thing that I did for myself was invest in a sunrise lamp. I got the Philips Hue sunrise lamp, but there's so many of them available. Not only do I wake up with the sunrise, but I wake up to the sounds of birds chirping. They have a lot of different options for what you can wake up to, and you can even pick to listen to the radio. But there is something about listening to these birds chirping in the morning that just makes me so happy. But in general, you just need to pick any kind of alarm sound that you don't hate. Also, if you are using your phone to set your alarm, make sure that you put your phone in a place that you have to get up to go and turn it off. I used to think that this was the most annoying thing ever, but now I don't even sleep with my cell phone in my room. I do have my sunrise lamp, but it's quite far away, so I have to lean out of my bed in order to turn it off. And just that simple movement of getting up to go and turn it off, it's gonna wake you up so quickly. And for those of you that claim that you can't fall asleep because you're busy scrolling on your phone for 3 hours before bed, yes, I'm calling you out. We all know that cell phones keep you awake and keep your brain active, so you better get off your phone way before your bedtime, and that way you're gonna get a really good night's rest and you're gonna wake up so easily in the morning. Get sunlight on your skin, in your eyeballs, in your face. Just get that sunlight. The second that I wake up from my alarm, I open up those covers and I go straight to my window to open up the blinds. It makes my room feel so bright and airy and makes me feel awake. Plus, the second that my blinds are open, there is no way that I'm gonna be falling asleep again. It's kind of like the sunlight is telling me, hey girl, it's time for you to wake up. Let's get this day started. I like to use as much natural light as possible, and I actually avoid turning on those really crazy bright lights because I feel like it's more gentle on my nervous system and my body to wake up slowly. Alexa, turn on all the lights. So I can literally lie in bed and tell her to turn on or turn off all of the lights, which helps to make waking up much more gentle and much more easy for me. The moment that I enter the bathroom and I see myself in the mirror and I get that massive jump scare of how scary I look when I wake up in the morning, then I am awake. I'm ready to get started with my day. Plan your quick and easy physical wellness hacks in advance. One example of something that I love to do in the morning is brushing my teeth and tongue scraping as soon as I wake up. There's just something about that morning breath and that feeling of your tongue after a whole night of, I don't know, bacteria growing on in there, that the second that I clean my teeth and I scrub my tongue and I get that white foam out of there, I feel like I'm breathing cleaner air. I don't know if it's my Colgate toothpaste or what it is. When you don't clean that foam off of your tongue or brush your teeth, you're choosing to ingest all of that nasty gunk. And why would you want to consume all of that bacteria? So for me, cleaning my tongue and cleaning my teeth in the morning is one of the best hacks that I can do in terms of wellness. Once again, this is supported by science. 90% of bad breath is actually coming from your tongue. There are so many people who never just brush their tongue or use a tongue scraper, and I don't know if they realize how much they're missing out on. Another bonus physical wellness tip is having ice cold showers. It's going to jumpstart your brain and your body to wake up. It also helps to speed up your metabolism, which is great for summer, and it also releases happy hormones into the brain. Make your bed every morning, no excuses. It has been proven that if you make your bed, you're gonna be more productive, you're gonna be happier because you're gonna have improved mood, and less anxious because it reduces stress. I started to make my bed every single day since I started living alone. Now I know that sounds weird. My mom is always like, why did you start making your bed as soon as you left the house? Couldn't you have done that while you lived at home? I feel like it's something that you only start to appreciate once you start taking your own room and your environment seriously. I used to think it was the best thing ever to get into an unmade bed because it would be so cozy and warm, but there's something about looking at a made bed that makes you feel like you're just ready to take on the day. There are psychological studies that prove that making your bed improves your sleep quality. It's crazy that a clean, healthy environment and getting into a pre-made bed is actually going to make you sleep better. As a result of this, it actually reduces stress, improves your mood, and improves your productivity. It's almost like when you make your bed in your morning, you are sending a subconscious message to your brain to tell yourself that you are in control, you have started your day, you're the boss in your own life. I never leave the house without my bed being made. Not only does it make my room look really pretty and really organized, but it also stops me from getting back into my bed. Why would I want to have to make it again when I've already made it the first time? Daily movement every morning. Whether you want to go running for an hour or you literally just have 5 minutes to pop in a few stretches, that little bit of movement is going to make such a big difference to the rest of your day. You also get bonus points if you manage to do your morning movement outside. Being exposed to natural sunlight increases your vitamin D production, which means that you're going to be happier. Everyone say hi to Marshmallow. He's just woken up from a nap. If you think about it, your body needs to move in order to get all of that food moving through us. So a little bit of a walk, a little bit of a run, or a couple of stretches is gonna make such a big difference. My favorite form of movement in the morning is, of course, walking my two little babies. They love love to go for walks in the morning. Let me tell you, these babies are much fitter than I am, and they can keep going for a good hour. Your body's been in a stationary position for a couple of hours, so it's really important that you get your limbs moving, get your blood circulating. It's just gonna help to kickstart your digestion, kickstart your body, and kickstart your day. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I cannot emphasize how important it is to not put coffee as the first thing into your body. Don't get me wrong. I am not going to be a hypocrite and tell you that I don't drink coffee in the morning. Of course I do. I could not survive the day without coffee. But I don't drink coffee for the energy that it gives me. I drink coffee because I literally love the tastes. I genuinely love coffee so much. So what I do instead, I try to have a really big glass of water with some lemon juice, or even just a plain water. It's fine. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Get that flushed through my system, wait around 10 to 20 minutes, and then I will have my cup of coffee. I know you're supposed to wait at least 1 hour so that it doesn't spike your cortisol levels. Overnight, you are not drinking any liquids, nothing, for around 8 to 10 hours, but you wake up dehydrated. Oftentimes your mouth might feel dry, your eyes feel dry, your skin feels dry. I know for a fact that if you wait 90 minutes before drinking your caffeine, it is going to change your life. It forces your body to rely on itself for energy sources as opposed to relying on the caffeine, which means that your body is just gonna function a lot better. But I'm a bad girl and I love coffee, so this is one that I actually need to work on, but I'm not quite ready to give up my morning cup of coffee just yet. Limit your screen time and listen to positive content only. The worst thing that you can do in the morning is get on your phone and then just absorb a bunch of negative content. When there are so many more positive things that you could be doing in the morning, why would you want to expose yourself to that? So if you're watching this right now, if there's one thing that you can promise me, absolutely no scrolling for at least 1 hour after waking up. You're supposed to do 2, but I feel like if you are a doom scroller and you're addicted to scrolling, if you can just do 1 hour, it is gonna change your life. It's been proven that if you go on your cell phone first thing in the morning, you're going to be more distracted and more anxious for the rest of the day. There are so many alternative things that you could be consuming, whether that's productive podcasts, you could go onto YouTube and follow a yoga tutorial, listen to positive music, inspiring music, anything that's gonna make you feel good. Of course, that is totally dependent on what you love. My personal favorite thing is to listen obviously to the birds chirping on my alarm clock, and then afterwards I will always just ask Alexa to play any kind of happy music playlist, and that's gonna get me started for the day. Spend time with yourself every single morning. This can happen in any form, and actually you could be doing this while you're doing your morning movement. My favorite way to spend time with myself is actually to spend time with my puppies and go for a walk. But for many people, I know that they love to journal, they love to read a book, maybe meditate. It could be any kind of quality time that you're spending with yourself. Aside from being on walks, I feel like the best form of spending time with yourself is going to be journaling. When I was a little girl, I used to be really upset all the time. I was not happy on the inside. A lot of people would be like, oh, you're always happy on the outside, but I wasn't happy on the inside. And the way that I dealt with that was by writing everything out in a diary or journaling. It's actually crazy when I look back on all of these little diaries that I used to keep, and I would write all of my angry thoughts and my sad thoughts inside there, and it was a way for me to let go of all of those emotions that I was feeling. To this day, whenever something sad happens or I'm upset about an issue, I will always go and write it down, and maybe I'll keep it and maybe I'll crumple it up and throw it away. But writing is a way that I can get all of my thoughts onto a piece of paper and just let it out without screaming it to the world. Too many times I would tell someone my issues and they don't give me the reaction that I'm actually hoping for, or they try to give me advice on my life that I actually don't want. So if you're feeling a little bit negative in the morning, I really recommend taking a journal and just writing down all of your frustrations and all of your concerns and your anxieties, and it's gonna make such a big difference to how the rest of your day plays out. Plan your day ahead and set intentions. Weeks and weeks of my life would go by and I'd be like, what did I achieve in these last few weeks? What did I do? What did I enjoy? And that's all because I wasn't planning or setting goals. I never used to have a good social life, and lately I've been planning out certain days and certain dates that I'm gonna have, and whenever people ask me, do I want to do something, I make sure to diarize it, to plan it, organize it, and go out and do it. I've had a much more fulfilling life in the last 2 months than I have in the last year, purely because I am making my plans and following through with them. I definitely suffer from being able to tell whether or not I've been doing something for 30 minutes or 3 hours. For example, whenever I get into editing a video, 8 hours could go by in the flash of a second, but then as soon as I'm doing something that I don't enjoy, 2 seconds feels like 2 hours. I am not a person that likes to have structure, but a lot of my friends and even my sister loves to have a completely planned out day. So if you're one of those people, plan your day to the T, but if you're like me, try and aim for kind of rough estimates on time. I've mentioned this before that because of my flexible work schedule, it's quite difficult to maintain a social life and maintain routine. So I have this really big calendar and I literally write everything down. I feel like there's so many millions of little things to do all the time, and it just makes it so much easier to get it done when you make a note of it. Even simple things like doing the laundry or packing the dishwasher, write it down, make a little box next to it and tick it off. That way you know that you're going to be able to finish all of your goals, and it's going to make it fun because who doesn't love checking boxes? Eat a high protein breakfast. Avoid sugars at all costs. I am not a morning eater. I do not like breakfast. I literally have my glass of water, I wait 1 hour, and then I have my cup of coffee and I go about my day until I get hungry. But the point is that the first meal of your day, whether that's going to be at 8 a.m. or it's going to be at 12 p.m., it needs to be something that's high in protein and low in sugar. The last thing you want to do is spike your body with all these crazy sugars like a chocolate frappuccino drink, because your whole body is going to go haywire. Plus, a high protein breakfast is going to keep you fuller for longer. One of my personal favorite breakfasts is always going to be smoothie, a yogurt bowl with some granola, some eggs, and of course most recently I've been really enjoying my banana protein powder pancakes. But in general, spending time making a really nutritious healthy breakfast is going to set your mind on the right track. So a nice tip is that if you don't have time to make a really nice healthy breakfast in the morning, you can always meal prep in advance. There are so many fun recipes on TikTok that you could get inspiration from. I love chia seed pudding, protein muffins. There's so many fun things that you can make that you can quickly kind of grab and go. It's all in that little bit of effort with a good morning routine and a good night routine, because you can't have a good morning routine without a good night routine that's going to set you up for success in your whole life. Comment down below any morning routine habits that you like to do and that keeps you productive and really enhances your life. Or if you're planning on implementing some of the ones that I mentioned, let me know in the comments down below. I love reading and responding to your comments, so I really appreciate it if you do leave me a little message down below. I love you guys so much, and I hope that these healthy habits really inspired you to have a more productive, healthy, and happy morning routine. Have the most beautiful day. Stay happy, stay smiling, and I will see you all in my next video.